Hello everyone, welcome to the When It Worked podcast. You're with the host Julian Lychee. Today I'm joined by the fantastic Reid Holmes. Welcome to the show, Reid.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Reid was just telling me he saw Pink Floyd, an Australian Pink Floyd tribute act. What a coincidence. Alright, so we're going to play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And then we're going to talk to Reid while he has a swig of coffee. Oops, we don't want the intro. Alright, are you ready, Reid?
I'm ready.
Okay, first question for Reid Holmes. Also known... Okay, this might be a bit of a unpolitically correct answer because this is from a few years ago. Also known as the Indian date, which of these exotic fruits grow inside large but brittle brown pods? Tamarind, Lychee, Durian, or Rembutane? These are all from a particular region in Southeast Asia, probably like Singapore, Malaysia, around there, I think. A pretty hard question if you haven't been there and had these fruits.
Yeah, as a first question, this is a doozy.
It's a tough one. Also known as the Indian date, which of these exotic fruits grow inside large but brittle brown pods? Tamarind, lychee, durian, or rembutane?
Well, I'm just going to guess A, tamarind.
Use the lifeline. Let's do a 50-50 split.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
Okay. Oh well, we'll lock it in. Tamarind. Oh, you were correct. Wow. I'm going to give you a lifeline back. Can I do that? No? Alright. Well, I'll give you a free lifeline because you didn't really use that. I talked you into it. Also known as dysmelodia, the medical term amusia describes someone with what common condition? Tone deafness, colour blindness, nearsightedness, or motion sickness? The condition's known as dysmelodia. The medical term is amusia. There's got to only be one correct answer, surely.
Yeah, I'm going to go, because melodia sounds like music.
Yeah.
And musia sounds like music. I'm going to go with tone deafness.
Lock it in, Regis. Tone deafness is correct. All right, next question.
All right.
Also the name of her global empire, Martha Stewart's eponymous, how do you say
Eponymous.
that? Eponymous or ubiquitous magazine is named Martha Stewart what? Living,
Living.
Home, Cooking, or Garden? Got to read through them for the people at home. Living is correct. Well done. Living behind bars for a little bit. Although Nebraska is known as the Cornhusker state, what neighboring state annually leads the U.S. in corn production? Iowa, Kansas, Missouri, or South Dakota?
Wow.
Another corn state that's not as well known for it.
I guess I would go with Iowa, Do
you want to do a lifeline 50-50 split?
Let's do a 50-50.
I can't do it because I've turned that button off. I can give you another lifeline. I'll give you 30 seconds to Google it.
All right.
Okay, Iowa corn, Kansas corn, Missouri corn, South Dakota corn. Something like that.
Okay, Iowa,
Let's lock in Iowa. Well done. And I took it off again. I should have kept it on. Anyway, although the movie Fargo mostly takes place in Minnesota, its title refers to a city in what state? North Dakota, South Dakota, Montana, or Wisconsin? Fargo. Where is Fargo? I thought it was in... It's one of the ones way up there near Canada, I think. I thought.
Yeah. It's in. I mean, I live in Minnesota, so
Wisconsin. She says
it's
that.
it is North Dakota. A.
Oh, I was wrong. I thought it was Wisconsin. Where's Wisconsin?
Wisconsin is just east of Minnesota.
Okay.
And
well done. You did know that one, which is good. Although they are actually different plant species, in the US, sweet potatoes are often called what? Yams, turnips, parsnips, or carrots?
Yams. A.
Locking in yams. Aluminum salt is the active ingredient in which of these common drugstore products? Antiperspirants, toothpaste, sunscreen, or cough syrup?
Antiperspirants. A.
That's right, we are spraying that all over ourselves. Well done. Where are you up to? 8,000. Okay, this is when it gets serious. American Idol reject William Hung became an instant celebrity due to his mangled version of what pop song? She Bangs, Hit Me Baby One More Time, Livin' La Vida Loca, I'm Too Sexy. Do you remember this?
I don't.
He had a huge hit. It went like number one around the world, and he's like singing in this very heavily accented, couldn't move, but it was kind of an ironic hit. The guy went on to become like a medical researcher, like really smart dude.
Wow.
Hopefully he took some money off him.
I'm going to go with A because every answer so far has been A, so...
Oh, did I forget to randomize? She Bangs is correct. Oh, we've got a glitch in the matrix. Every correct answer could be A. Let's see if we can go all the way with this. Because I put the questions and answers into ChatGPT and I tell them to spit it out with the HTML format. And if I don't tell ChatGPT to randomize it, sometimes it won't. ChatGPT. American skiers should pack a passport if they plan to travel to which of these popular resort towns? Banff, Vail, Aspen, or Park City? If I was a betting man, I'd go A. But I don't know. What do you reckon? Is A correct?
A is correct.
Okay, I'm going to wrap it up if this is correct. All right. ChatGPT has ruined the game. Really, it's my fault. All right, enough of that nonsense. And tell us a little bit about what you've been up to, Reid, and what led to where you're at now and what you're doing. And tell us about your book.
Yeah. So I have this book that is getting closer and closer to being released, and it's based on a bit of an epiphany I had. I was in the advertising business as an ad agency creative director for 30 years, executive leader and all that stuff.
Like Mad Men.
Yeah, as a creative director, although not quite as
much whiskey.
Right. And I just decided that my kids were getting older. They're going into college, university, and I thought, what am I doing to help them, have a better world? What am I doing to leave better behind for them? And as someone who spent his career in the branding space, I thought there's got to be a way to use what I know to contribute something positive. And so I started thinking about it, and I started looking back at a lot of the work that I did. Excuse my nose itch there. And I realized that the best work that you see in terms of advertising, branding, that kind of thing, is work that people can appreciate. People can look at and go, "Oh, thank you for doing that." And the best example I can give you that spurred this this insight is a campaign for a laundry detergent in India. India had two basically large brands of detergent that were competing with each other. One's called Ariel, one's called Surf, and they were doing the typical spend where they would each spend millions, kind of one at one time of the year, one at another, and they would kind of do a bit of a share shuffle and make a little bit of dent in the marketplace and get a little more share. And then one year, and this was in 2017, Ariel had some amazingly smart strategists and account planners and creatives, and they realized that there's an issue that maybe they could help take on and help solve. And that issue is that in India, 95% of the population still thought laundry was a woman's job. And they thought, well, that's not really right. Why do women get saddled with doing laundry in addition to all the other things that they have to do these days? That's not right. So they launched a campaign they called Share the Load, hashtag Share the Load. And what they did was they basically advocated for others in the family to step up and do some laundry. Sales went up 76%. 76%. They didn't spend more money. They didn't innovate some new product. They didn't, spend years in R&D on anything and tons of money. They just talked about it in a way that people could appreciate, that their main target audience could appreciate. And it created such a huge response that they're the number one brand of laundry detergent in India right now. That is essentially what appreciated branding is. It's using your marketing to try and do something good on behalf of your customers right away, in the moment. It's different from altruistic kind of corporate, I don't know what the word would be, good, because as an example, a company might decide, well, we're going to spend $10 million to replant the rainforest in Brazil. And that's all well and good. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's a wonderful thing to do. But if you really want to have your brand get appreciated and get some type of benefit in terms of its stature and its meaningfulness to your customers, then you need to do something that is closer to home, something that's a little more visible, something that's a little more tangible. So, for example, instead of spending $10 million, excuse me, replanting the rainforest, maybe what you could do is spend $10 million and replant trees in the neighborhoods where you do business. That's something that's immediately much more tangible and much more, I think, appreciable. And those trees then become almost like billboards for your business because they've done something good for others.
Very, very interesting. This is something that is it's almost like a ninja hack. And what was the Indian brand called? The Indian brand of dishwashing detergent?
Ariel, Ariel.
Like the mermaid.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And that is particularly genius because it's giving the mums a pat on the back, and the mums are the ones at the shopping supermarket putting them in the trolley, thinking, well, these guys get what I'm doing, and the dads are none the wiser, and they probably still don't help. Genius move.
Well, they did a lot of interesting things. I think they have. In fact, Ariel did a few other things, not just advocating and saying, share the load, but they did things like printing calendars on their packaging with alternating days, male, female laundry days. They even partnered with shirt, garment manufacturers to put tags on there that say this garment is launderable by men.
Oh my God, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Wow. And can you give us some ideas of what do people do wrong, basically, that you have seen in your experience when they come to you? What is it they're doing wrong? It's just not clicking.
That's a great question. And basically what happens is, and I've got this thing I call the appreciation pyramid. And it's basically 3 sections. The bottom is what you say, the middle is what you do, and the top is what you solve. And on the left side of that pyramid, that is rational appeals. That's things like, it's a dessert topping and a floor polish. It's your unique selling. That's a Saturday Night Live reference. It's
So what was it? Can you say it again? Because
it's
it glitched out.
Oh, I'm sorry. So it's a pyramid or a triangle with 3 sections. At the bottom is my voice is. I'm sorry. It's a pyramid with or a triangle with 3 sections. The bottom is say what you say, the middle is what you do, and the top is what you solve. And in the say section, you have the one side is your unique selling proposition, which is it's a dessert topping and a floor polish. It's or whatever you say that rationally explains what your product is. And on the right side, you have something I've called your unique emotional solution. And Snickers did this wonderfully with a proposition when you're hungry.
Yeah, you're not yourself when you're hungry.
It's a unique emotional solution.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what people do wrong, what marketers do wrong, is they think that their rational appeals are going to matter. They think that in a crowded category where that product is not the only solution to the problem it exists to solve. There are competing products, and if all you do is expect people to care about your product and its rational benefits, you're not going to break through. You're not going to get noticed. You're not going to build value. You're not going to be able to charge a higher profit margin. All of those things just become a commodity, and you're just yelling in a hurricane and hoping that people will notice. Whereas with a unique emotional solution, and the example is basically, Snickers, to go back to Snickers said, packed with peanuts, Snickers really satisfies. That was their rational benefit. And that's basically the category. The category is saying, here's what's in this product, and here's what it does for you. On the right side of this of what you can say is the emotional promise. And the emotional promise for Snickers became, you're not yourself when you're hungry, which is a much different way to appeal, because it's got that emotional appeal, which is much more disarming and much more attention getting and impossible for a competitor to
compete
to
against or copy. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's really, really, really cool. I love this stuff. This is something that I have known subconsciously, but I haven't actually put it together in my head. So it was very interesting to see you spell that out. That's really cool. So that is all. If you want to learn about this type of stuff, this is a real deep level, part of branding, and a lot of branding people don't talk about this particular thing, and I think that this is a really powerful concept. So that's the book. It's coming out in June. You can grab it on Amazon, and I'll put Reid's contact details in the show notes as well if you want to have a chat to Reid. What else, other than the book, do you do consulting for brands?
Yes.
You do? Okay.
Consulting for brands, and I'm also launching a kind of a speaking career around this book. So,
well, this is going to be. This is really this is a really good concept. So I think a lot of marketing people will be very interested by what Reid's talking about. So I'm going to wrap things up now and have a look out for the book. Thanks, Reid. Round of applause.
Thank you, Julian.
Wonderful. All right. Well, I'm going to wrap things up. Thanks for listening and watching. See you next time. Bye.
Thanks.